Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 6 of the F1 2019 GAVRA series. We are here at, I'll get it up in just a minute, we are here at the British Grand Prix, or Silverstone, and as always, joining me in the commentary box is Toby51.
Good evening, everybody. Yeah, we should be in for a good one tonight. Silverstone's a bit of a tricky circuit in places, so yeah, it could be a bit of a test for them all. It could be really good.
Yep, sorry y'all, I'm trying to move a few things around and get some stuff up on screen here for you.
I'm just figuring out who I don't know, no, it's not yet. So who I'm following is relatively irrelevant.
Yeah, no, I'm working on getting you up also here, Toby. Which I'm gonna have to look into that. If anybody watching has got the new agreements for the PlayStation, let me know, because I believe it does say something in there. It has a clause about rebroadcasting. And when I went to pull your screen up earlier, it kind of notified me of that again. So I need to look into it to make sure we're going to be able to keep doing it.
Oh, okay.
I hope we can, because, I mean, you're okay with it. I'm okay with it. GAVRA League's okay with it. I don't see why it would be a problem.
Say, I'm sure with the right permissions, it's fine. So, yeah, I mean, it's worth picking up there from now time being, and I will have a look at the agreement, see whether there's anything precluding it after the race. I mean, if you want to.
Yeah, it's you know how it is. They word all that stuff a little bit weird. And all right, so I can actually get over here to something I can't see y'all. Yeah, sorry if it seems like we're stumbling just a little bit. We may be, but I think we're doing a good job. So let me cover this map information. So I can get this down and we can actually look at drivers' times. As y'all can see, it is the 11th of November 2019. We are here at the British Grand Prix for Silverstone. It is 5.89 kilometers long, or 3.66 miles, a massive 18 turns. The in-game race time is going to be the official time. Toby would know more about how that works than I would. They do have a 15-minute qualifying with dynamic weather, so neither or us, the drivers, know exactly what the weather's going to do. And they are in for a 45-minute race, also with dynamic weather. And, yep, I'll go ahead and get that on off of there. There we go. And Toby, I do have your screen on up too.
I saw that. Yeah, no, that's great. I'm currently on Don Rajiv, who set the original fastest with 1277, which has been hit now by Attengrim with 1275. So not much in there yet. But we know from previous qualifying that Don Rajiv can be very, very fast in qualifying and in the race too. I think he's had a bit of an unlucky season so far. Unfortunately, we still don't have the standings, so we can't really tell you who's where in the standings. But I'm fairly confident to say that Attengrim is in the lead, having won virtually every race, I think.
Yeah, and Toby, if you'll remind me, once the race gets going and we get into the first couple laps of it, if you remind me, I'll hop over to our Discord channel. I believe one of the racers posted a provisional standings. I'm doing it. Y'all can't see my air quotes on provisional, but I'm doing air quotes on provisional because it is what it could change, but it will give us a good idea of where everyone is standing, nonetheless.
Is that on the F1 Discord?
Yes, it is. I can't remember which driver posted it, but one of them did post it and talk to our man Sig about it, and Sig just noted that to make sure that it was a provisional standing and not the official.
Okay. Yeah,
GAVRA still has to go over all of it and make sure of the official standings. And let me see if I can get some better times up here for you guys. All I'm showing right now is Adam Grin's time, which I'm going to go up to him while I do it. He is on pole at the moment, and I'll get everybody else's times up here for y'all too.
I've just pulled up the provisional standings. I think they're still out of date because it's showing Attendon with only 2 wins, but we've had what round are we on now?
Round 6.
So we've had far more than 2 races, and nobody else has had a win. So yeah, these standings are a bit old at the moment. But yeah, that's a shame.
We'll look into it for everybody and see what we can come up with by next week. If the officials aren't ready by next week, we'll get with all the drivers and the administrators, and we'll come up with at least a provisional sheet to provide everybody. Because I want to know where everybody is standing. And
I would love that too. I have to be honest. What I'll do is I'll go back to each of the old streams and go to the end of the stream and work out who was where, and then do a little bit of a database from that.
Yeah, or you could probably also hit up the drivers. I'm sure most of the drivers, or even Sig, one of the drivers or someone will have screenshots of everyone. Hey Loris, how you doing? Good to see you in the chat. Yep, if you are in the chat, say hey. I don't have you on the screen at the moment. I gotta fix my code on that. Apparently something glitched in my code, and it would only show so many comments from everybody, and then it would stop. So I need to redo that. I'll get that done over the weekend. But yeah, everybody definitely come in. Stop by, say hey. And of course, I'm on Enrico, and he is not out on track. I'm not doing a good job as a camera guy, y'all. I'm always complaining about the Project Cars 2 camera guy, taking a break, drinking a beer, and, well, I wasn't drinking a beer, but I clearly was not on my job.
So Edkaz has just put himself up into 5th with a 128.5. Apart from that, there's not been a huge amount of movement. I'm on Fire Tornado at the moment, who's just out in his outlap. Oh no, he's not. Sorry, he's actually on his lap now. I'm on Edkaz.
Yep, and I am currently on Don Rajib, and I need to check into it, but I believe I think I heard Don Rajib covering yesterday's F1 race. I need to look into that, see if he's joined the commentary team or not. Okay. If he has, I gotta add him to the list at the on the GAVRA team list at the end of the race.
Yeah.
We're not bad, Loris. We're pretty good. Like I said, we're glad you tuned in, and we're glad somebody is talking to us on the live chat. You got a favorite driver you're rooting for tonight? Well, Toby, it looks like we've got a big mix of tires during qualifying last week. Last week, everybody seemed to have about the same tires, but now we have Adam Grin is on softs, Don Rajib is on softs, Enrico's off, Fire Tornado's on mediums, Egas is on soft, ESSH is on softs, Play Dutchy is on mediums, Red 15 is on softs, Wes is on hards. Wes has been doing really good on hards. Those seem to be his tire of choice.
He's been giving that a go every week so far.
And
But last week, everybody tried a different strategy to start with, but they obviously weren't setting the times they were hoping for, and subsequently all came out on softs. So that was where they finished. But yeah, so it's looking like Play Dutchy is pretty close with his time 1279 on the mediums, being the fastest medium. So he's got mediums quite dialed in, which could pay him dividends later on in the race. Nobody else seems to be getting the harder tyres working. Alex Naylor and Black Country Mush.
yeah, both on mediums. But
Yeah.
Black Country Mush is coming into the pit. Let's see. Who are you? It looks like you are on ESSH. So
I am at the moment. Yep.
Okay. Oh, Adam Grimm is in the pit. So is Don Rajib.
Those two have been in the pit since they set their first times. So they're obviously pretty confident with their times. ESS had just popped into second with a 1275. We may see a bit of movement from both Attingrim and Don Rajib now, as the track does seem to be evolving, and those times are getting a bit quicker.
Yep, and of course, I'm sure, Toby, you heard right there that nice little PlayStation ding. You were talking about how you couldn't get the notifications to stop making the noise on yours. Mine also will not. I have to turn off the notifications completely, I think. I don't know. I have.
Oh, wow.
Even though the sound's cut off, I mean, it just still does it. So sorry about that, y'all. It's not supposed to be doing that. Maybe I can hide this thing somewhere. I don't know where, though. Every driver I go to keeps going out, coming back to the pits. Fire Tornado is on his way out of the pit. I'll stick with him for a second.
Yep, I'm on ESS still. I did also try and find somebody else, but as you said, everybody else was just going into the pits as I did. And Rico Flam seems to have had a mishap somewhere. He's out of qualifying.
But he did, so far he is sitting in fifth, yeah. So he's not in a bad spot.
Not at all, no. If the track doesn't evolve too much, and I mean, it does look like it's cooling down out there. There's a bit of a haze starting to appear. I mean, if it's getting damp, that'll definitely slow them down. But if it's getting cooler, then that could potentially speed them up. So we'll have to see how everybody else fares. Attingrim and Don Rajib still aren't moving from the pits. Currently, we have very few people out on track. Egkaz is, so I'm going to swap over to him.
Yeah, and we did have one or two drivers that had some license level penalties, but it does not look like they made it to the race. So, I'm not sure. I guess they'll have to serve that. I'm not really sure how that works out. I would think they would just have to serve it on the next race. But Toby, since we are down to 3.5 minutes of qualifying, I figured I'd start up here with Adam Grin and go down to the bottom and just announce everybody's times.
Yeah,
so we can see what we're looking like. Yeah, so Adam Grin is in first with a 127.54. And he's sitting nice in the pit, of course. ESH with a 127.98. These guys are closer than I thought they were, Toby.
Yeah.
Don Rajib is third with a 127.77. Play Dutchy still out on track, but with a 127.93. We may see him improve. Enrico Flan is in fifth with a 128.39. Also, very good time. Fire Tornado, 6th place right now with a 128.48. Egas in 7th with a 128.50. Red 15 just right behind him in 8th with a 128.53. So, yeah, extremely close. Wes is 9th with a 129.23. Oh, man, he just moved on up. And,
yep.
Red 15. Let me get back up there to him. Red 15 with a 128.53 in 9th now. Alex Nalo in 10th with a 131.03. And Black Country Mush in 11th with a 131.59. And a couple of these guys are moving up, so that is definitely not going to be a final readout of where these guys are going to start.
Oh, and here we go. The top three are currently coming out of the pits. This could be quite interesting. Alex Hayes just come across to finish his lap. It doesn't look like he made any improvements. But yeah, so we've got the top three out and looking to put in another lap.
Yeah, as I am currently on Adam Grin.
I will follow ESS. I just noticed that on the stream. Yeah, I think we're going to have a real shootout between these. Well, in fact, Clay Dutchy's out there. We're pretty close to them too. Could be quite an interesting end to the qualifying.
Yeah, these guys have really been pulling it out at the end of the race and the end of qualifying. We haven't had a race yet where we haven't seen a lot of battles for the top three positions right at the end. Which makes it really hard for me to get their little podium together. I'm not complaining, guys. Y'all keep it up. But,
I did love the sudden podium switch around last week. That definitely threw the Catamaran Legends, but you got it up there. That was very impressive.
It was tight. I just barely did get it up there, though. There was some fantastic racing from these guys last week. I really think we'll see a repeat. Because this is I love this track. Silverstone is a phenomenal track. And how is Don Rajib doing? He's still sitting in third. It doesn't look like he's got any faster. Oh, it looks like Alex Nalo did try to improve, but it looks like he crashed out during qualifying, but he will get to rejoin us for the race, thankfully. Yeah, and as y'all can see, we are missing a couple of drivers. Pay Nostalgia is one of them that we're missing. I'm not sure who else we are missing. I've really got to start doing a better job at keeping up with all these guys.
So I don't think there's going to be any improvement from Don Rajib. I think he just went a bit wide off the track there. ESS is already in the pits, so no improvement from him. Atom Grim is currently out on track, but he doesn't really need to be because nobody else is. So that is the current standings for the race. Oh, in fact, just a good measure, he decided to put in the time half a second faster. Wow, pretty much 127 dead after everybody seemed to be hovering around the 127.5 all session.
So that's the top four right there on top of each other, and looked like 5th through 8th maybe was just barely behind them.
Yeah, it was only a few tenths from 4th to 5th. So on pole, we got Attington with a 127.007, ESSH in 2nd, Don Rajib in 3rd, Play Dutchy in 4th, 9/10 behind, Fire Tornado in 5th, Enrico Flam in 6th, Ed Kaz in 7th, Wes in 8th, Red 15 in 9th, Alex Naylor in 10th, and Black Country Mosh in 11th. I'm looking forward to this race. Seeing how close they are all are in pace, this could be quite an exciting one. And I think Play Dutchy's quite well placed on mediums in 4th or 5th. I can't remember. I just said it, but I can't remember. To really make a bit of impact when the pit stop stage comes into play.
All right, Loris. Yeah. Yeah. Make sure you check out the replay. But yeah, that was really tight, close qualifying. This is going to be a great race out of these guys.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy the replay.
Yeah. Thanks for everybody for tuning in, and if you want to check us out and join the GAVRA Racing, you can go to the website gavraracing.altavista.org. You'll find all kind of information on there: driver stats, track stats, ongoing leagues. Future leagues aren't up yet, but I think the administrators have already started to talk about them. And if you are new to sim racing and haven't tried league racing yet, there's the GAVRA Academy. And the information is on there to message Gavra. He'll get right back to you. He always does. And at the bottom on the right-hand corner is a link to the Discord channel. And there is also a link to donate if you want to help support us. We are community-driven. We have no fancy sponsors, so everyone from the drivers to the administration and y'all, the viewers, all donate their time. And hopefully we bring y'all a show that y'all enjoy watching. I think we do, Toby. Toby here he's on it. Toby he's fantastic. And Toby, I'm gonna go ahead and get your camera on up there too.
I think you're doing a very good job, especially with the decals and everything. It's all looking very, very professional. They're just finishing off their formation lap, and Atom Grim is, for some reason last week, he set pole lap, but he seemed to start quite way back. I still haven't got the bottom of what actually happened there, but this week he does actually seem to be starting from the front. So we're going to see quite a fight for the first quarter.
Yeah, Adam Grin has done, he's done very well. Several wins out of him so far, along with ESSH. Don Rajib has been having some really good runs. And this, of course, this is the Group A, so this is these guys are the fastest out of all three groups. And when y'all are done, not now, when you're done watching this one, go to the GAVRA Racing YouTube channel and watch Group B. They're broadcasting live right now, but watch them after. Watch us now, them after. Yep, and it looks like everybody is finally getting lined up. And we're sitting around waiting on the lights.
And there you go.
4. There's all of them, and there they go.
And we're off, yeah. And Atom Grim's got a very good start. ESS is pretty close behind, but he's given up the fight in the first corner. There is a bit happening further back behind. Not sure what was happening back there, but nobody seems to have really dropped off that much, so I don't think there was any contact. Just a few people going wide.
Yeah, these guys are right now, they are amazingly close. Oh, and yep, see, there it is, my PlayStation phone going off again.
Oh, ESS went a little bit deep. Don Rajib didn't look for it because they're teammates, but Play Dutchy behind certainly looks for the move on Don Rajib, but he didn't manage to make it stick, or decided better of it. And everybody seems to have made the first lap through cleanly.
Yeah, and this is a very difficult track. This is one of those I really wish we had a track map up so y'all could see just what they're running around here at the moment.
I think Don Rajib's trying to say I'm faster and get past ESS, but ESS is not listening.
Yeah, no, only, what is that, only about 0.3 of a second separating them at the moment. Also, Play Dutchy only about
Yeah,
2/10 right behind Don Rajiv.
he's keeping them honest, and he's got his teammate company just behind him, Enrico Flam. Both of them on mediums. So very good start from Enrico there, because I don't think he started in fifth.
No, he doesn't. He didn't. He has definitely moved up. I think he's moved up more than the one time that it's saying here on the screen at the moment. Fire Tornado has had a bit of a rough first 2 laps. He's moved down 3 positions, but you know, this is all about consistency and pit strategy. Pit strategy, as we've seen just about every week. Of course, yeah, like Toby always says, it doesn't hurt to be in the top 3 and out front either, though.
Not at all, no. It's you seem to. Oh, Wes is going side by side with his teammates. And there's been a crash up in front of them. Fire Tornado's off, and he just span across the track in front, but incredibly didn't manage to collect anybody. So that's released Red 15 and Wes.
Yep, and it looks like Egas also had got off track. Fire Tornado, yeah, thankfully he has managed to get his car back on track and did not crash out. Hopefully it's not too bad on any of those guys.
I think Alex has just gone into the pits.
It did allow Black Country Mush, who I'm on at the moment, to move on up. He's moved up 4 positions. He's now in 7th. And it says he's not too far behind Red 15. It should only be about 2/10 off, I believe.
And Play Dutch is still keeping right at the back of Don Rajiv, who has also caught back up to the back of ESS. Fire Tornado has decided to retire after that spin.
Oh, he may have had more damage than it looked like on the screen then.
It didn't look like he had any damage at all, but Wes has been in the pits for quite a long time, so I'm... Oh! Play Dutchie's just spun out of the first corner.
Oh no!
He hasn't taken any damage, but that's dropped him back into 6th now.
Oh, but
what
he's
a shame,
got,
because...
I believe Black Country Mush may make the pass. Yep, and he did. So yeah, set Play Dutchie back even farther. Yeah, this is a very difficult track.
But Dutchie's trying to come back, and he was looking to make those medium tyres work on the long run. They may obviously still well do, but potentially not quite as well as they were at the time just then.
And yeah, I'm gonna pull up and see if I can get which tires these guys are running.
So Play Dutchie has just got himself back past Black Country Mush, and he's now looking to make his charge back up. He's 5.5 seconds behind Red 15. To see whether he can make that gap up. At the moment, closest on track is Don Rajiv on the back of his teammate, ESS. So I'll just swap over to them. But he... Oh yeah, no, I'm just... Time's been a bit weird then. They seem to be much closer than they were saying, but they are actually very close. As Wes is also just retired.
Yeah, Alex Nalo is who I'm switched over to. Yeah, 'cause it looked like he was pretty close. I think. Sorry, Toby. I was checking a few things and missed who you were talking about. Kind of side effect of having so many different things I'm kind of watching and trying to keep track of and moving. But yeah, Alex Nalo not too far from Black Country Mush. Alex Nalo has had some really good races. I believe he tends to finish somewhere in the middle of the pack.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've now just seen what the two teammates between ESS and Don Rajiv are up to. They've been biding their time, slipstreaming each other, and ESS has managed to claw his way back up onto the back of Attingrim, who had a couple of seconds lead, but is now just over a second, so just outside of that DRS range. But yeah, they are closing up on him. I wonder whether he maybe had a mistake, because he does seem to be pulling away now.
Yeah, he's not too far out. What is it? ESSH is only 1.3 seconds out.
He was only 8/10 at one point, but he's extending that gap again. So I reckon he must have had a little bit of a mistake somewhere. Either that, or actually, no, ESS just seems to be much faster through the first section than Attingrim. I'm going to switch on to Attingrim and see whether he's making any mistakes. Be rather uncharacteristic, but.
Yeah, and I went back here to I went back to Alex Nalo while you're covering the leaders because yep, and good thing I did because it looks like Alex Nalo is going down the inside of Black Country Mush, and he has managed to make it stick. He does go a little wide around the turn, but it looks like he is. Of course, Black Country Mush is only 0.5, so he's only a half a second right behind him. So he's, if they had bumpers, he'd be on it. Black Country Mush just outside of his push to pass. But yeah, Alex Nalo is definitely going to have to keep the pace up right here to stay in front of Black Country Mush. Let's check in on him real quick. Where'd he go?
And ESS is actually definitely closing that gap down. It's now just over 1 second. I reckon at the rate he's caught this lap, he might have DRS next lap. Well, Attingrim is under a bit of pressure this week, which is brilliant. He's had pressure obviously in the previous weeks. There have been a few which have been very close finishes, but this week he's under a lot of pressure from ESS. Of course, because he had the penalty last week, and I think he finished in third, if I remember correctly, in the end, Attingrim, with Don Rashid in second, maybe. I can't remember, to be honest, but there were definitely penalties at the end, which switched things around quite nicely.
Yeah, and yeah, as everybody can see on my screen, Black Country Mush is pushing really hard. He's giving us a nice little smoke off the tires in almost every turn, trying to catch up to Alex Nalo, but Alex Nalo has managed to get about 3 seconds in front of him now, so he is increasing the gap. But Egas really had a hard time with that spin out, with whatever it was that happened in the first couple of laps, Toby. He's fallen pretty far behind the pack at this time now.
He has. I actually only just noticed that. He's on 3-lap-old tyres, which means that he's had to be in the pit for damage somewhere. So maybe he did catch that spin a little bit. There was a lot of lag that seemed to be going on during the spin. I couldn't quite see exactly what was going on. So yeah, that's a real shame there. He was running up in 5th, I think, before that. But the tyres seem to be going off a little bit. Everybody seems, or the Attingrim and ESS seem to be switching times. And Don Rajib has dropped back now to about 2 seconds behind ESS. I reckon we'll be seeing a pit stop in sometime soon.
Yeah, let me get this this track name off of here, y'all, so we can actually start looking at what lap we are on. Yeah, we are on lap 8 of 26. What have we been? What is it? We've been seeing about 12 to 15 laps out of the mediums.
Yeah, around about that from the start, and between
the softs that really haven't.
Between 8 and 11.
Out of the
Yeah.
softs? Yeah, they really haven't been getting too many out of the softs.
I think some people have managed to stretch the mediums a bit further. I think maybe up to about 18. But they do seem to have lost quite a bit of pace. So that seems to be purely a strategy to switch on to a harder compound and then go for the rest of the race. But you compromise your end of the first stint a little bit. But Attengrim, ESS and Don Rajiv were all on soft tyres, which suggests that they're possibly going to two-stop. Mind you, it's a shorter race this week with only 26 laps, so they could extend their stint a little bit further to lap 11 and then quite happily go on to mediums for the second stint.
This is a really long track, though. It's fewer laps, but it's such a long track with, what is it I said? I believe I said 18 turns here at Silverstone.
Yeah.
I was thinking that might actually make them chew through their tires, maybe even a little bit faster than usual.
You would have thought, but given the fact they're on lap 9 now on the soft tyres, and ESS does seem to be struggling a little bit in comparison to Attengrim, and Don Rajiv again in comparison to him. But yeah, they do seem to have held out this long so far, because he was pushing up to the back of Attengrim until quite recently. But still, I think they are very much at the end of their life. I think they're extending them as far as they can to make those mediums go until the end. Yeah, I do think there might actually be only one stop this week.
Because let's see, I'm currently on Alex Nalo, and he is running some really fast times around these turns. He is on the mediums. See what he's getting. Up to 118 around that turn, 160, back up to 180. Yeah, these guys are really flying. Alex Nalo he's trying to catch up to Play Dutchy, but Play Dutchy's got those softs
Play
on.
Dutchy has just gone around the outside of Red 15. I just saw it happening and I caught it just literally in the nick of time.
Yep, and I'm back up there on him now. Yeah, it looks like Play Dutchy is going to try to... Well, he was right up behind... Red 15 was right up behind Play Dutchy. It looked like he may have been able to go for the move to take it back, but... Yeah, Play Dutchy has got a move. Or got a hit.
Red was behind, was he? And then Dutchy got in front and then switched back again. Other way round. Red got in front and then Dutchy got back past. Is that what happened? Or...
No, I think it was just... I think I got it wrong. I think Play Dutchy was behind Red 15 and made a great move.
Yeah, it was a fantastic
then I
move.
got confused about who I was talking about.
It happens quite easily, yeah. Enrico is actually catching the back of Don Rajiv very quickly. It's something I've been watching mature for the last couple of laps. That suggests that those medium tyres at this stage in the race are performing considerably better than the softs. Having said that, at the front, ESS is also catching the back of Attengrim. He's now within DRS, as Enrico, who had DRS, didn't quite manage to catch him back that corner. Attengrim has just gone into the pits, as has ESS.
Yep, this will be interesting to see how this plays out.
Don Rajiv has decided to stay out, even though he's got Enrico Flam really pressuring him. And those soft tyres on Don Rajiv's car have been completely shot. I think he wanted a couple of laps in the lead.
Yeah, Enrico made the move. He definitely looked like he had an easy time getting around Don Rajiv right there.
Having said that, he did go off the track as he went past. I don't think it was quite enough that he's going to have to give that position back. But yeah. On the straights, Don Rajiv is trying to go back at him. Attengrim has caught the back of Alex Naylor. Now, obviously, Alex Naylor was completely out of position, but yeah, it looks like he's just about to make the pass happen. I'm going to try and switch to him quickly.
Yeah, I was headed down there too. Yeah, I think he
And
made
he
it
has made
before
that
we could get
pass.
there.
Yeah. I was too interested in what was happening between Don Rajiv and whether he might attempt to go back at Enrico, but
Yeah.
he's dropped off a bit far now, I think, and he is now in the pits.
Yep. Yeah, I think 10 laps on those soft tires. He had to have pushed them just as far as he could right there.
Yeah, well, he was on his 11th at the time, I think.
Oh, yeah, it does say 11 laps now.
Yep. ESS is really hassling Attengrim now. He is less than half a second behind.
Don Rajib has grabbed the hards. So I think we can count on him trying to stay out for the rest of the race.
Yeah, he will be, most certainly. But I think ESS and Attengrim have both gone for the same strategy.
Well, it
so
looks like
maybe
they've
Don
grabbed mediums, though.
I mean, same strategy to stay out for the end of the race, because the medium tyres are still going strong by the looks of the way that Enrico was still had the pace that he did. So I think, and bearing in mind that he starts so much, he's taken more out of his tyres because he had a heavier fuel load at the start. So they're going to be taking less out of their tyres now. I reckon they'll quite easily go to the end. Bearing in mind there's 14 laps left to go.
And yeah, it looks like we also have lost Egas and Wes. Yeah, these cars are just so unforgiving with a little bit of a crash to just take you on out of the race. I think I say that every race too.
I think watching the way Attengrim is clipping the grass out of some of these corners, he's really feeling the pressure. He's taking every bit of the track he possibly can, and sometimes it looks like a little bit more than intended.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually take the TV pod on him right now since you're saying that.
I didn't realize I was on TV pod, but I am. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, he's using every bit of the track. Because yeah, I guess like you said, it's definitely going to be a battle between Adam Grin and ESSH back up to first and second place.
Ooh, I'm not entirely certain on that one, I have to be honest. Enrico is in a pretty good position right there. He is 23 seconds in front of Attengrim, which probably will give him a pit stop, which means that he will probably be going on until about lap 16 to 18, and then he'll be putting the soft tyres on. At which point he may be in front of those two, or if not, just a little bit behind on much fresher soft tyres. So I reckon that he could well be in for a shout here. Play Dutchy's not looking too far behind them, although he is 7 seconds behind Enrico. So I think he will probably not be in that action. But yeah, Enrico almost certainly will be.
Oh, nice. That's some really good looking way ahead on their strategies there, Toby.
Well, I think that's a guess, I have to be honest. But
No,
we will see.
No, that sounded spot on, and so far you have yet to be wrong on any of your predictions on their pit strategies and everything.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to have 1 or 2 laps until we see what happens. So, yeah, it will be interesting. ESS pushing Attengrim the way that he is. Neither of them are going to be able to save their tyres as much as they probably would really be wanting to at this stage. So, yeah, they could be vulnerable. And this is I'm watching the TV pod from ESS's car, and he's keeping that gap almost surgically precise.
Yeah, he's staying right there on him. He's not very far off of it at all.
No, it's been half a second for about 3 or 4 laps now, possibly more. And here we go, Enrico is in the pits. So yeah, I mean, we saw that on the first stint, those softs lasted for 12 laps, and he's got 12 laps left to go. So, the question is, will it be softs, or it have to be softs, or hards? And it's softs. And he will probably be on his way out of the pits. I'm loath to leave Attengrim and Enrico. But I'm gonna...
Yep, I'm on Enrico now to see where he manages to come out, but yet he has fallen behind ESH.
He is a little bit behind, actually. Yeah, he's come back out. Oh no, yeah, he's come back out. 7 seconds behind. So maybe he had a very slow pit stop because, it said Silverstone could probably be just a very long. I think Silverstone is just a very long pit stop, a pit straight, and therefore it takes them longer to do a pit stop.
I think you're right, Toby. I believe Silverstone is one of those that has a ridiculous long pit lane. But I'm going to move up here to Play Dutchie because he is currently the leader, and whether he gets to hang on to it or not, he still deserves a little bit of camera time and the acknowledgement for getting himself up into first position. But he does have 14 laps on those medium tires. ESS
is just making a move on Attengrim, and he's made it stick. Attengrim was a bit slow out of that last quarter, and ESS just had a bit of overspeed and made his way past. That was impressive. He's been setting that up for laps now, just pushing Attengrim and holding his position and waiting for it to come to him. But it goes without saying, I don't think Attengrim is going to give up that position. ESS is closing them at about a second a lap, so he does have time to catch them up. So he could still well be in for a bit of a shout here.
And yep, looks like Alex Nalo has finally gone into the pit and taken softs along with, I'll go down here to them. Alex Nalo is taking softs, and Black Country Mush is also taking softs.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm on Black Country Mush going down this ungodly long pit lane. Yeah, it's really long.
Yeah, Play Dutchie has been in and out of the pits, and he indeed came back out on the softs. But he's behind Don Rajib, who is on 4-lap-old hard tyres. I reckon Play Dutchie will probably have a bit faster pace. Oh, something happened to Enrico there. Enrico's crashed out, unfortunately, so we won't be able to see what he was able to do.
Oh, yeah, it looks like we've also just lost Red 15 as well.
Oh, dear.
Neither one of us had a camera on them. Hopefully it wasn't them together.
I hope not.
I'm pretty sure it probably wasn't. But if it was, we do have stewards to take care of all these matters.
Yep, who do an exceptional job every week. And ESS has actually pulled out a little bit of gap. I mean, it's not much of a gap. Oh, so she just jumped to quite a bit of a gap. What's happened? ESS has stopped. Don't really know what happened there. ESS had a 3-second gap, and then so maybe he felt like he'd impeded Attengrim in some way.
Well, don't they do they get track warnings for exceeding track limits?
Possibly. So he may well have just been clearing a slowdown penalty. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to clear a lot of those off of our last race Friday in the Radicals. There were several times where I had to almost just stop on the track to get rid of my penalty.
I wasn't too bad in the Radicals, but in the endurance race the previous Saturday, I did have to do quite a few, I have to be honest. It was not my greatest races, but Attengrim is keeping... Oh, As I say that, he goes 1.4 seconds behind. Oh no, there is some sort of time glitch going on, and they've just gone into the pit.
Huh. Quite odd.
Oh, there's a safety car. Ah, there's a safety car. I hadn't noticed that. That's why they dropped. They closed up quite so much. That's why they're coming into the pits. They're taking advantage of the fact it's going to be almost a free pit stop to come on to soft tyres. Don Rashid behind has done the same. This is the first time we've seen a safety car.
It must have been either from Enrico or Red. It must have been one of them. Must have had a pretty bad crash out to get a safety car out on track.
I think that must be exactly what's happened. Now, as a result of that, Play Dutchy has found himself in first position with 2 lap old softs in comparison to everybody else's, well, 0 lap old tyres. Attenborough has quite surprisingly decided to come out on mediums. So I think he was really struggling on those softs to keep the pace up over the distance. And they will obviously all bunch up behind the safety car. I'm going to flip behind Play Dutchy to see whether we can get a view of the safety car.
Yeah, I'm on the track side of him, but not on the pod cam. We can see a little bit of it from mine, but not a whole lot.
And so this is really going to make these last 6 laps, or however many we will have left after the safety car decides to come in, extremely interesting.
Yeah.
Every Don Rashid, Alex Nadeau, and Black Country Mush should all be able to get on the back of the pack.
That's what I was just fixing to ask, Toby, is if it would give the guys in the back a chance to catch up to the guys in the front. We could end up with one hell of a last few laps out of this race then.
Yep, it will be pretty much a reset. Black Country Mush does seem to still be a little bit further behind, so I hope he doesn't think it's a virtual safety car. They have to stay at the speed at a set speed. Obviously, but a real safety car, a real safety car means that they bunch up behind the safety car. So he should be closing up on them.
Yep, I'm on Black Country Mush now, and he is he's still running fairly full throttle. He is trying to catch up with them to take advantage of it.
Yep, and as long as he does so before it comes in, then he should be on the back of them.
Which, if we had a track map, Codemasters, if we had a track map, we'd know exactly where Black Country Mush was and how close he was getting. But he is down to 3 seconds.
Pretty much on the back. Yeah.
All right, good job, Black Country Mush. Way to go. This is going to be exciting. And Toby, I may leave a lot of this with you so I can, because these guys are so close. I think I'm just going to load everybody's name in for the podium, because this is going to be exciting and tight, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Nope, nor do I. It'll be very interesting. Yeah, it'll be nice to see the safety car go in so that we can get the action started. Now that Black Country Mush has caught the back of them, we may well see it this lap. I haven't seen anybody on track, as in any crashed cars on track, so I can only assume that anything that was causing this safety car has now been removed. And we are going round behind the safety car again. And if the race finishes under safety car conditions, whoever is in first will obviously finish in first, which means that Play Dutchy may have, if obviously we finish up behind the safety car, which I truly hope we don't, he may have just stolen the win.
Which, yeah, could be, I mean, that's not, I guess that's not the ideal way you want to win, but I would not argue with the win like that.
No, I mean, it was his work to put himself in the position to take advantage of it, if it does happen. So, yeah, and it would appear, the way that Play Dutchy is backing him up, that the safety car is in this lap, so he becomes the de facto safety car himself. Once they cross the safety car line, they will be racing live again, which means they can overtake. But he can go from any point really, and then it'll be up to ESS to keep up with him. And they're off. It was a bit of glitching from me, but I had played Dutchy inside of ESS, but that's not what happened. ESS is, however, very much on the back of Alex Nato. Attenborough had a terrible restart. He is now back down in last position.
Oh no.
I have no idea what happened. I was too invested in this battle that's going on here. Don Rajib is just behind these two, and Alex Nalo just behind him. ASS is running 2/10 behind, or less than 2/10 behind. Well, some pretty hair-raising stuff from his seat at the moment. GRS won't be active straight after the safety car, so they'll have to wait 2 laps for it to become active. And I think he is just positioning himself to take advantage of it. Don Rajib is keeping close behind, and he will be looking to be a rear gunner at the moment, and then take advantage when, or if, ESS manages to get past Play Dutchy. Black Country Mush is on the back of Alex Naylor at the moment, so I'm not going to leave this fight because it's too interesting, but he is within the second. And Attenborough is closing on the back of them, so yeah, he could yet to see a better position. I mean, with all the non-finishes we've had so far, last position is currently 6th, so he will still get a decent point haul from it. But yeah, I have no idea what happened. And judging by the fact that nobody else has been, or nobody's been in the pits, it wouldn't appear like there was any contact. Because these cars are so fragile that any contact at all, and they have to pit, pretty much guaranteed. But Don Rajib is now pressurising his teammates. I think he's saying, if you can't get it done, let me pass and I'll do it. But they're both within DRS range. ESS within Play Dutchies, and Don Rajib in ESS's. So I think they will have DRS on the next lap, and that is when it will all become a lot more interesting, because Play Dutchy is about to get swamped by 2 teammates.
Yeah, that may not be the most fun position to be in either.
No, I would say most certainly not. Attenborough has just got a 3-second time penalty, so he is pushing it extremely hard, which means that unless Black Country does have some penalties himself, he's going to have to get himself a bit of gap in front of Black Country, even if he does overtake him. And DRS won't be on the end of this lap, but it should be from the start of this one.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see if these guys make me change these names around or not. And you know what? I kind of hope they do. Just
So
for the excitement factor.
Yep, ESS has now put his foot down. He's got DRS as well. He's pulled away from his teammates, which means that his teammate's going to have to do his own work. Unfortunately, he can't use ESS's toe, but a bit of a lock-up. Aspen has got himself past Black Country Mush.
Yep. Hey Kev, how you doing? The one in the upper right-hand corner is Toby's camera.
Yeah, evening, Kev. And ESS is still, even with the DRS, not managed to find his way past. Don Rajiv seems to have hit the cliff with his tyres a little bit. He's dropped back quite a lot. Well, that could just be Play Dutchy has realised the DRS is open and he's now having to really keep that pace as high as possible. And he's doing it, he's keeping ESS at bay. And he's almost broken that DRS range. In fact, he has broken that DRS range.
And yeah, Adam Grimm managed to get back around Black Country Mush, but still about 3 seconds behind, or no, yeah, almost 3 seconds behind Alex Nalo. I don't know if he'll have time to catch him with only 3 laps left. Yeah, Adam Grimm really did have he had a bad restart there, didn't he?
He did. Yeah, I really wish we knew what happened, but whatever it was, it put him down at the back. I'm assuming it's a bit of a guess, but he maybe went for a gap that disappeared. ESS has got himself back down to under a second now, so he will have DRS. Yeah, so if Attenborough obviously took a gap that didn't or no longer existed when he went for it, he would have tried back out of it and maybe spun under braking or something along those lines. It's a massive shame. That took us. But that cost us the third player to this battle, I think.
ESH really right on top of Play Dutchy at the moment.
Yeah, he's not giving up, but Play Dutchy, to give him his due, is holding him at bay, and I mean really, really well holding him at bay. Given that ESS has been challenging Attenborough the entire race for the lead, Play Dutchy's showing some incredible pace here to keep him, well, actually trying to break away a bit.
And they are down to, it looks like, the last 2 laps. So yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat to see where this thing plays off, or how it plays out with these leaders. Adam Grimm did get by Alex Nalo, it looks like. Nope.
Alex Nalo's just got himself back past.
And Black Country Mush has gone back up.
Attenborough appears to have had another mistake. Or maybe just the 3 of them defending from each other slowed each other down.
It may have. Black Country Mush just has gone by Alex Nalo. Looks like he just barely keep it on track. Yeah, a lot of change up right here at the very end. And out of the back of the pack instead of the front, Toby, as we expected.
Yeah, no, ESS, I mean, if it were my vote, would most certainly get driver of the day. He has been hassling the leads the entire race. At one point, he managed to get himself into the lead by pure merit. A safety car came out. Play Dutchy, having just pitted, didn't have to pit again, and has inherited the lead, I mean, through his own work, granted, but ESS is still chasing the lead.
Yep. And Adam Grimm managed to get back by Black Country Mush. Black Country Mush going a little wide. He's really trying to keep up with Adam Grimm, but we're at the end, so I'm going to go up here to the leaders. And Toby, since we're on the last lap and a half, I believe, I'm going to go ahead and take your camera on off of the screen, so we can be about ready for our podium shots.
Okay. And ESS is really close now. I thought he might have given him a little bit of a nudge there. There was a bit of a... Oh, wow. He's looking for the gaps and they keep on closing. But he'll have DRS now. I think this might be the pass. Oh, no, not quite enough. He's running out of time. In fact, I think he may have run out of time.
Yeah, it's right. Man, it is close. It's one of those I really wish we had a track map. No, I think they still have just a little bit.
Yeah, they have another DRS zone. I think that's the only place he's going to be able to even think about passing. Oh, and he's got a much better drive out of that corner. And DRS. Although actually, Play Dutchy did seem to have a very good drive out of it. I think I just had a little bit of lag there.
Yeah, these guys definitely keeping it interesting all the way right down to the end. It looks like Alex Nalo managed to get back by Black Country Mush in the back of the pack as well. All tongue-tied.
Yeah, and that is the end of the race. What a fantastic win from Play Dutchy. That was totally unexpected. ESS, that was an incredible race all the way through. And Don Rajib, I'm not entirely sure what happened at the end, but at the same time, you seem to have a very good race. Just get yourself up on the podium. And everybody else, that was fantastic to watch.
Yeah, definitely. Congratulations to all the guys that made it to the end of the race. I always like to talk about how it is hard to finish these races, as these cars, like Toby said, are so fragile. Yep, and there we are, y'all. Play Dutchy got a fantastic first. Way to go, man. You've got to be jumping out of your seat at the moment. ESSH with another. He's got a fantastic second, and Don Rajib in third. I'm trying to think, is this Don Rajib and Play Dutchy's first podium? I know we've seen ESH on podium.
I'm not sure about Don Rajib. I think he may have had a podium last week, although I really can't remember, I have to be honest. But yeah, it's definitely Play Dutchy's first podium. And yeah, congratulations to Top Step as well.
Yeah, that was a great race.
Yeah, so first we had
out of
Play
these
Dutchy,
guys.
Second ESS, Don Rajib in third. Attergrim ended up in fourth, I think due to penalties from Black Country Mush in fifth, Alex Naylor in sixth, and then Enrico, Red, Ekaz, Wes, and Fire Tornado not managed to finish.
Yeah, that was fantastic. And if y'all couldn't tell, I got very confused as to what screens I was going to there at the end. But now I think I'm now is when I'm actually supposed to put up this screen. I think. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Toby, who do you think we should call driver of the day? Nobody else is saying anything in the live chat, so I guess it's up to me and you.
Well, for me, I think it's a tough one. I have to admit, Play Dutchy would certainly be a nominee, but I think for me it's ESS. I think the way that he hassled the lead, regardless of who it was, the entire race, I think that puts him up for contention. It was a brilliant race. Play Dutchy had a fantastic race to win from nowhere. Well, not from nowhere, obviously, but no, I think for me it's ESS personally.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Yeah, he's had a bunch of good races. Like you said, he did get way behind. Yeah, the Play. I really kind of want to give it to Play Dutchy, but we're only halfway through the season. He's got him a first under his belt now, so I think we'll see him do it again. And he'll definitely be a huge contender for driver of the day on another race. So yeah, I think I can get behind ESSH for driver of the day.
Excellent, yeah. And Kev is saying that he thinks Dutchy should be, and his reasoning is because he's from Holland.
Well,
so that's good reasoning.
It seems to be a trend. There's a lot of good drivers that come out of Holland and the Netherlands.
There certainly are.
Yeah.
Yep. we got many of them in here, in GAVRA, I mean, and of course then there's Max Verstappen, who is without a shadow, without a rising star, and yeah, so I could get behind backing Dutch drivers as well. I have to be honest, but for me on this occasion it's ESS. But yeah, that was good. Enjoyed that very much.
Yep. Well, I guess from me, thanks to everybody for watching. Thanks to the drivers. Thanks for Gavra for the opportunity. And Toby, huge thanks to you for joining me every week. You are amazing to work with on here, and definitely make this a whole lot easier on me. So, thank you. And I'll leave it to you to sign us out.
No, thank you very much, because yeah, I very much enjoyed doing it, and especially when I got such good backup, or not backup, such good company. So yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you very much all for joining us, and we hope to see you next week, same time, and have an enjoyable rest of the week. Good night.